Everyone, welcome into TexAgs Rewind, presented by Specs. If you're looking to step up your cocktail game, get insider information on seasonal releases, or order online, same-day delivery, just go to specsonline.com because the fun starts here. And it starts with Ella Ryan making her debut on TexAgs Live. Ella, what was your favorite part of the show?
Favorite part of the show would probably be hearing from Nick Savage about his opinions on Zach Bryan.
That was your favorite part of the show?
It's the most interesting part to me.
So you think Nick Savage's opinions are good?
I didn't say good. I said I liked hearing them.
Okay. Whoa.
She just dissed you.
She complimented me, then she dissed me. She did a Nuño.
I do that, don't I? You're really good at this, but have you considered that? Anyway.
It is, but it isn't.
Compliment sandwich.
Yeah, it's a compliment sandwich. Hey, Nick, your favorite part of the show?
Marty Smith. Always Marty Smith when he's on Mondays.
Marty Smith is he was I don't want to say disappointed. He didn't like that we gave A&M a B so far, right? He didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've done that all season long so far, I think. When we're 2-0, Marcel's played very well, but we like to poke holes, and it's just because we love A&M. It's just what we do,
It is what we do. Billy Liucci was on the show, believe it or not. So was Olin Buchanan. It is the Rewind. Check it. Got to be good, the Cassius, right? The Cassius 3 sacks, even though they didn't score right away after that, it just felt like they could do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, that was pretty, pretty exciting, obviously. I guess I should feel bad for number 56, the left tackle from Utah State, but I don't. Cassius, that was, maybe I would say Le'Veon Moss's 20-yard run, because it was still kind of a game. Even though I never thought that it was going to be a loss. But I think that the thing that really stood out, you could say it was the touchdown pass to Terry Bussey, right? Okay, they're up 7-0. But, yeah, that was amazing, watching the three. You would think they would have, Utah State would have started giving some help to that tackle.
A couple things that I want to bring up. I'm not going to use Florida, what happened to the Gators against USF, as what could happen to A&M, but something to consider from that game. They had I believe they had 2 touchdowns taken off the board because of penalties. They had the spitting penalty, right? And not that translates to A&M, but what does translate to A&M is a couple of penalty problems in crucial moments of the game against Utah State, where, you got twice on the second touchdown, you had third downs and penalties.
3rd and 10 and 3rd and 8.
Right.
They got a 15-yard pass interference on one and a face mask on the other.
Right, and I believe the first drive as well, right?
The first play. Was a roughing the passer.
So you just got to be in a game with thin margins. You cannot do that against Notre Dame.
Right, and that's why my grade's a B for right now for the first 2 games. Because of the penalties, the tendency to still give up the long run, and then you missed 2. You turned the ball over on downs twice on 4th down. Obviously, on 4th down, that's why you turned it on downs. And in both times, you got great field position, so you didn't take advantage of great field position. I think they took the ball. They took over at the 36 after Cassius Houth's 3 sacks, the punt. They had
and they didn't convert.
The Texas Fighting Aggies are 2-0. Y'all ought to be thrilled down there. I heard you talking about how they should be graded. Shoot, dude, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. I mean, you didn't have your quarterback the whole game against Utah State, and when you had him, you were rolling. So I'd be happy as hell if I was you guys.
Not unhappy, just certain things that you see that are make you concerned, like the tendency still to give up the long run.
Correct.
And getting 4th down and not be, close 4th and 1 against Utah State. Those are some issues from last year. So
I'd be doing backflips that my team is vertical. That's what I'd be doing.
All right.
I would be so happy that offensively you look explosive. You look explosive at running back. You look explosive on the perimeter with those newly acquired wide receivers. And as I've said on this program before, I just think Reed he's just so dynamic. And it looks like he's so much more comfortable throwing the football vertically, to me anyway. I don't know, you guys are there, but that's the way I see it.
Marty, I think the parity in college football, though, I find interesting because we think of it from the top 25 level or how deep the SEC is. But really, when you're looking at some of these inferior schools, and I mean that with respect, the Clemson-Troy game, the Georgia-Austin Peay game, LSU-Louisiana Tech, these are all games that fans want to see a certain score. And they were close, but I think there's a lot of variables there, right? Coaches are trying to experiment with new players, go very basic. What are your thoughts on why some of these games were a little closer?
I think, specifically with Clemson and LSU, you got to remember the emotion from which look, these are 19 and 20-year-old young men.
Do you think there'd be more buzz?
Depends on where he plays.
Good point. If he played
here, you can give him whatever name you want.
Right.
But listen, this is just, it's so, I think he was, can I say I thought he was under talked about this offseason without trying to say he was the greatest thing ever and had nothing to prove? Because that's how I felt. I felt like people should talk about him more in relation to what they're saying about other quarterbacks. A really screaming example would have been Austin Simmons. Another screaming example would be Taylon Green. I watched him outplay Taylon Green in his second career start. Another screaming example with lights all over it would have been DJ Lagway. I get the hype that comes with, and I get the top end highlight, but I don't. Because if you put together a 5-minute highlight reel of Marcel last year, it would be up there with his, with what he did. So, yeah, I think Marcel, without saying, hey, why wasn't he on every Heisman list? Why wasn't he second team all SEC? I'm not saying that. But I'm saying they didn't talk about him enough this offseason in that group of quarterbacks that somebody's going to break out. And he hasn't yet. He has checked the box in 2 games. He has looked terrific against teams I needed to see him look terrific against. And he hasn't been perfect, but he's been damn good. Yeah. And we're not grading quarterbacks at perfection. You're just not. Not even against these type teams because, again, Sellers is still way up there on everyone's Heisman list. How has he looked through 2 games? I mean, I'm watching Marcel make some, people will nitpick this guy like they do.
Is that
he has made
Aggies?
some sense? I don't think it's exclusive to Aggies. And I think Aggies on a level have a right to kind of be skeptical. Mm-hmm. We were just talking about this during the break. You have a right to be skeptical because of the recent quarterback history, whether it's I know I was when Marcel was laying there on the ground. I was just so frustrated because I'm not at him, but just
here we go.
My God, he can't even get through 2 games. Remember, Clemson missed a field goal, I think, to go up 13-3 on them. Could have been a completely different game. And LSU took control in the second half. But, again, there was so much talking coming out of Baton Rouge that they convinced everyone because you're the idiot if you don't buy it because everyone else is buying it on what they were able to do in the portal. And I think there's the reality somewhere in between. I think they made a significant defensive improvement. I think Nussmeier is really damn good. He's still thrown a couple picks in a couple games, one against La Tech. And I don't think he's necessarily lit it up through 2 games. LSU looks like an improved football team. And if you look at their schedule and you go, well, they get A&M at home where the Aggies haven't won. And then you start looking at some of these games that look pretty tough and you go, well, how tough? I think Alabama has gotten a lot less tough. I think Ole Miss has gotten a lot less tough. Florida, all of a sudden, 3 of their
tough games,
quote unquote, tough games. Now, OU's gotten tougher. And I think they have to go to Norman. So that one, I think, got exponentially tougher. But if I'm LSU, I take that trade-off. So that, and I think Vandy, they got to go to Vandy this year, too. They've got some tricky ones. But I think LSU looks better, but everyone wanted to make them, every time LSU does a damn thing, the national media and the SEC media want to make them out to be world beaters. Every time. Well, once since A&M joined the SEC, they were right. Once in 14 years, they were right. Once in 13, this is year 14, they were right.
I'm starting to believe that Missouri's better than I thought they were going to be. And I don't know if I want to read too much into the Kansas game, but 2 guys rushing for 100 yards. Bo Prevula has been pretty darn good to start.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the receivers. All right, we're going to close out the rewind. Ella, tell the people what to do.
They should follow us on TexAgs. This is my first time. I didn't.
You don't know what to tell them?
I wasn't prepped for this yet.
Okay,
First
you don't
time
have
on
to
here.
prep for this. You've watched a YouTube video before, right?
Yes, but now I'm blank. I'm on the spot.
Well, what do you think people on YouTube, what do they always say? Like, you got to do this.
Gotta like and subscribe.
There you
Got
go.
it?
You did
Like
it.
and
You did it great.
subscribe.
Great job on your first day. And thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.